and then my septum started itching. Hi.
Hello everyone.
Hello, you have to speak up here. They're all so high-pitched.
Oh, let's take a turn about the room. Don't you think that would be a good idea, you stupid bird? Hi, we're about to watch some Pride and Prejudice.
I'm Kat.
I'm Paula.
Were you yearning for us? For another, because you had to wait a week. I waited 20 minutes.
I just put a different shirt on.
I look exactly the same. Yeah. Except for my tummy's full. I had lunch. Last episode it was growling and I was like, shh, get out of here.
Stop this, I'm watching a thing.
I get it. You're yearning for food.
So yeah, we're about to watch the second episode.
Titles?
I don't
Or is it like a part 1, part 2?
I think it's just like episode 1, 2, 3. Let me look actually. I think it's just episode numbers.
Expect it to be.
Yes, they're just
episode 1, episode 2.
Don't look.
I didn't
look
at anything. I'm yawning anyway, so my eyesight is out of here. I'll just look at everyone.
I'm very excited about some things that are going to happen in episode 2. I'm excited about every episode.
I was about to say, this is going to be you at the start of every episode. I'm really excited for the things that are going to happen this episode.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
I forgot that the first episode got us all the way to the end of Jane. Like being sick and having to stay there. Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, so we have Jane, Lizzie.
Who they sometimes call
Eliza or Elizabeth if you're a grumpy Mr. Darcy. And we got Mary, glasses and hates everything.
Then
Kitty, who's the one that gets everything, but I can't remember her face right now.
Lydia is the one who gets everything.
Lydia. Okay, my bad. Lydia's the one who gets everything.
Is the one who's a lot like Lydia, but like slightly less like dominant.
Okay. And that's all of them.
And then just Mrs. Bennet and Mr. Bennet, the parents.
And
there's Charlotte Lucas, who is Lizzie's like best friend. We saw her in the one party scene.
She was like,
when she was like, he sure does look at you.
Looking at you.
We'll see more Charlotte Lucas.
Cool. And then what are the sisters' names? Bigley. Do we get anything else from it? Or Bingley? Do we get anything else from Mr. Bingley, or is it just Mr. Bingley?
Oh, his first name?
Yeah.
His first name is Charles. Charles Bingley.
Got it.
And the mean sister is Caroline. Caroline Bingley, and I cannot remember the name of the other sister right now.
We'll see if it comes up.
She didn't never stuck in my brain that much. Who cares about her?
She's like she like plays a middle ground, like indifferent kind of.
Yeah.
Like,
she doesn't a bitch, but she doesn't
commit fully
as much as She's kind of the Kitty to Caroline's Lydia.
There you go.
You know what I mean? A little bit.
Absolutely.
And then I don't think have we heard Mr. Darcy's full name yet?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, they haven't said. I don't know if they said Charles Bingley. He's Fitzwilliam. Very rich sounding. Don't worry, there will be more characters.
Fitzwilliam. I know. I gotta have a little tracker.
10,000 a year.
Oh, that's what I wanted to look up.
What kind of money that actually was?
Yeah. Do you have a guess
at how much 10,000 a year would be now?
Yeah, I'll say it's not as high as I thought it was going to be. Because of inflation.
So 10,000 a year in the 1800s.
I typed in 1814.
Okay, yeah, is it like $1 million a year? It's not even that. Is it like 600,000 a year?
Less.
How much is it?
180,000.
No. But everything.
That's what I mean. Nowadays, things ain't.
I mean, that's still like
things ain't correlating
that's
correctly.
Good money.
Oh, but I were making 100.
But no one's talking about how rich you are.
If you're making 180, I mean, I know people who are making 150 a year and we're struggling with some shit. Like, it's rough in these parts. But I just thought 10,000 in 1814 does seem like a lot of, and it is a lot of money. But the way they're talking about it, I thought he was going to be like a millionaire. Yeah. But again, if I were being paid $180,000 a year, I would be living.
I'd be pretty happy. That's pretty good.
Money doesn't buy happiness. The people who started that,
It does to a point.
It does to a point.
Then
if you're already
they show
miserable,
statistically, like a certain amount of money makes you happier, and then there's a point where more money past that does not contribute to happiness.
No.
So stop being so fucking greedy.
Ugh, you little weird gold dragons in your
You're not
caves.
gonna be happy, you loser rich dudes.
No.
You loser billionaires.
And then you don't even have to have a personality,
it must
as we've
suck
seen.
to be a billionaire and still be like, people don't like me.
Yeah, because you can't buy it. You can't buy that.
You can't buy me love.
Now, if people had access to secure housing and being able to feed themselves without worry, those are things that bring happiness.
Yeah.
Those are things that would relieve a little bit of stress that some of the people feel. I love the ones that are dancing out listening to their music. Like, the people who were... The lower life people who were
in
like...
the show.
Sorry, in the show. I'm back
outside the dance, the first dance where
and they're
we
just
meet,
like drunk and falling
everyone.
into water.
We aren't very poor. We're at least allowed inside the ball instead of hanging out by the horse
At
troughs.
least someone will still undress me when I get home. Like, Christ. Meanwhile, those guys look pretty damn happy.
And we're like, well,
Living their best life.
got a little bit like different kinds of things to worry about.
All right, we're going to do it.
All right, we're gonna do it.
We're getting Austen.
It is a person I never saw in the whole course of my life.
Colonel Forster. Captain Carter.
Out of time.
Oh, Dad is not laughing.
Cousin, Mr. Collins, who, when I am dead, may turn you all out of this house as soon as he pleases.
I flatter myself that my present overtures of goodwill are highly commendable. Have a care, Dawkins.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interjected into this like
Is good.
non-diegetic or whatever.
Isn't this the cousin?
Yes, this is their cousin. Yes.
God. What a time.
But I try to give them as unstudied an air as possible. Excellent.
Oh, life is so different when you don't have like the internet or TV
Yeah.
or radio or
Anything.
Jane is admired wherever she goes. I think it very likely she will be very soon engaged.
Cousin Elizabeth.
Would you do me the great honor of
So
walking
weird.
with me into town?
jeez, his little look on his face.
She's like, no.
I flatter myself to make a kind of
I'm so
art of it.
surprised. You doing okay, bud?
I don't think he is. He just reminds me of like a turtle.
I think a man looks nothing without regimentals. They're looking over.
I just love this, like, staring at each other from across the bar.
Lydia!
Like, Lydia, can
That's
you
not
please
cordial.
not embarrass. Your behavior reflects on all of us.
I've taken a commission in Colonel Forster's
Look at how tall his hat is.
Ah, he does have quite a tall hat.
But if Mrs. Phillips extended the invitation to include me, I should be delighted.
Do you know we were just on our way to Longbourn to ask after your health?
You are very kind.
Oh.
I hope you would just be able to come to have tea with us.
I shall be very happy to, Miss Bennet.
Interesting. Drama. Where are you going?
Social intercourse.
Like wherever this
You were
horse will
there
take
for the
me.
same thing. So he just marches off.
If my fair cousin will consent to release me.
With all my heart.
With all my heart, please. Go
Goodbye.
away.
Get out of my face.
I don't see Mr. Bingley and his friends here this evening.
I think
I don't
some
see my
of Mr. Bingley's
competition.
friends will consider it beneath their dignity.
Really? Have you known Mr. Darcy long? I've known him all my life. We played together as children. Perhaps you might have noticed the cold manner of our greeting.
We did notice it.
Do you...
It was palpable. Wish to
Are you
know?
much acquainted with Mr. Darcy?
As much as I ever wished to be.
The late Mr. Darcy was my godfather and one of the best men that ever breathed. But after he died, and the living he had promised me fell vacant,
Mr. Darcy
son
took it all.
refused point blank.
To be publicly disgraced.
Someday he will be, but not by me.
Can we even trust this guy? I don't know.
Oh, wait, he's in uniform. We know how Kat feels about people showing up in uniform.
I don't like it.
Distrust immediately.
If you're new around here, I don't trust a uniform.
He's not an admiral, though, so.
I absolutely forbid you to feel sorry for me.
Flirting.
Yes, he is.
Because I've not had a dance these 3 months together.
Nice save.
She is so flipping forward. He's like, well, I guess I gotta do it.
I gotta do it.
I believe you like Mr. Wickham, Lizzie.
Well, he's quite handsome.
I mean,
Yes, I do
Look
like
at the look on her face.
He gave me all the circumstances, Jane. Names, facts.
I don't know. I'm Jane right now.
One doesn't know what to think.
You don't want to think that the man you're in love with
Could-
is
knows
best friends
exactly
with
what to think.
A big
someone
old
who's more than just
dick.
kind of an asshole. Yeah, who's actually like a bad person.
And I am so far from
Look at
objecting
Mary
to Darcy
agreeing.
myself,
Yes,
that I
yes,
shall hope
yes.
to be honoured with the hands of all my fair cousin, Miss Elizabeth, for the first 2 dances.
Ooh.
Poor
No.
Mary. Just keep an eye on Mary whenever.
Oh, I
there's
know.
like,
She's
oh,
heartbroken.
Poor thing. She's like, me. Oh,
She
no,
never
not
likes
me.
anybody. This is like the first person.
Have you made Mr. Bingley's acquaintance yet?
Looks like it's gonna rain.
I know.
But I'm
Look at
already
those
disposed to
clouds.
approve of him. I was amused by your cousin's reference to Lady Catherine de Bourgh. She is Mr. Darcy's aunt, you know, and her daughter, Anne, who will inherit a very large fortune, is destined to be Mr. Darcy's bride.
One rich family pulling their money in with another rich family.
You'll never be as pretty as your sister Jane, but I will say you look very well indeed.
Thanks, Mom.
Thank you, Mama.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Kitty says not, but I think
Thank
it
you
becomes
to
me
the
very
servant
well.
making my hair
Right?
look nice.
He's threatened to dance with us all.
Blech.
She's so funny.
Hate it.
She's trying to dance with us all. Ugh. She takes delight in scandalizing people.
Yep, they talked about it. Love this. Love
Yes.
it. Oh, no.
He's
No.
a cat.
Yes.
Oh, are you looking at me? No,
No.
I don't want you to.
Don't look at me.
Did you see Mary walking in with her sheet music?
She's so silly.
Oh.
That is
Smolder,
the stare of a
smolder.
lifetime.
He's been obliged to go to town on that conversion business.
I was like, oh, Mom, I kind of want to go home now.
It's the only reason why I came.
Of course he wouldn't come. Mr. Darcy's there and they don't like each other.
I would dance with both your sisters.
Even though he
at once
said
if I could,
that
but
he
as it
wouldn't let
is-
that happen.
Come on, Dad.
I'm quite enraptured.
Oh, that was a look of, oh,
Yeah.
understood.
Oh, yeah. Wonderful. I have to go dance with him.
So, I love getting to speak without using words. Love it. He's so sexy. He's so sexy.
The way the camera just follows
Follows
him.
him.
He looks at her. Ugh.
It's
It's
beautiful.
so well done. What you gonna do at a ball at your own house, sir? Are you gonna dance or are you gonna be a
Yeah.
poo-poo head?
It seems like you're gonna be a poo-poo head. Ugh.
Yeah, I wonder when you learn the dances. Maybe it's just by watching them at
And you just
balls and you
jump
start to
in.
like pick it up.
The one time I went to the Labyrinth, I joined in on some dances that
Were
I
they
didn't-
like kind of like this?
a
where
little
they were,
bit,
like, set?
A little bit.
Interesting.
And everyone started doing like, I think people who knew dances started doing them, and it was just kind of like a jump in and join it.
And we'll help you. We'll tell you what to do.
It was it was a wonderful experience.
cool.
And Mr. Darcy has boasted to me himself of his resentful, implacable.
Would you do me the honour of dancing the next of me, Miss Bennet?
Why, I thank you, yes. Why could I not think of an excuse? Hateful man. I promised myself I would never dance with him.
You'd be a simpleton indeed if you let your fancy for Wickham lead you to slight a man of 10 times his consequence.
Nothing if not practical, Miss Charlotte Lucas.
Oh yeah, business transaction.
She's like, look, we gotta live.
She's like, do you want to survive the way that we do now? Like, have you seen his hats?
Yeah, have you seen how tall they are?
They're so tall.
You gotta dance with the guy with the tallest hat in the room.
Lizzie. I can't wait to see him smile. Whenever, even if it's the last episode.
A very little will suffice.
It does not have to be much.
We're supposed to talk during a dance.
I might remark on the number of couples.
Here, I'll have the conversation for us.
Well, neither one of us wants to talk unless we can impress someone.
Interesting.
Do you often walk into Meredith?
Yes, quite often.
Oh, is that like a question?
Forming a new acquaintance.
Uh-oh.
He's like, yeah, I know. And I don't like it.
She's like, I wonder how he'll respond to this.
Make friends. Whether he's equally capable of keeping them is less certain.
Drama.
Yes.
You are very careful, are you not? In allowing your resentment to be created.
I love that they're not shortening. They're like, this is the dance.
This is the
and
dance.
This is how the
Never allow
conversation is
yourself
happening.
to be blinded by prejudice.
It's...
I hear such different accounts of you as to puzzle me exceedingly.
I've heard things.
But if I don't take your likeness now, I may never have another opportunity.
I would by no means suspend any pleasure of yours.
The late Mr. Darcy Stewart.
Oh, he did tell me.
But Eliza,
What a bitch.
Awful.
let me recommend you not to give credit to all his assertions.
It's hard because you can't trust her.
Yes. Yeah, not after you
Yeah.
insult his station in life.
But really,
And-
considering his descent, one could not expect much better. I've heard you accuse him of being nothing worse than the son of Mr. Darcy Stewart, and he informed me of that himself. Excuse my interference. It was kindly meant.
Yeah, but whether it was or not, you did it in a way that sucks. She's not going to
You're
believe
so
you
mean.
after you laugh at him for being a poor.
And all the other times that you've been awful.
I have a great desire for a song. Caroline, can we persuade
Do you?
See you anticipating.
Already ready to go. We wanted
Supposed
something
to be
jazzy.
something for Caroline to sing.
They've been introduced. Can we not prevent him? Too late.
Too late. He's like, excuse me, I'm sorry, what?
I understand that you are the nephew of Lady Catherine de Bourgh of Rosings Park.
Oh, gosh.
You have to be introduced to him before you can just go talk to him. This is how
8
society
days
works.
ago.
I'm glad to hear it.
Very great honor to me.
Oh my gosh, it's all falling apart. He's like, please let it be done now. Yes, alright, and now, please.
Can we let Caroline go? Don't play another, don't do it.
Let the other young ladies have time to exhibit.
Oh, it's also painfully awkward.
There's no good way out of it. What the fuck are you doing? Yeah, she's like, I live here, basically, I will play. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. It's so embarrassing.
He favoured Jane at first, but Bingley was there.
Oh my gosh, you're so loud.
This pains me.
It's so hard.
This pains me. This pains me.
I'm sure there can be no objection. I insist that you stay where you are and hear Mr. Collins.
I singled you out as the companion
No,
of
you
my
didn't.
Almost
future
as soon.
life.
Almost as soon. It's not a lie.
That I'm convinced it will add very greatly to my happiness. And thirdly,
Men. Right?
Lady Catherine de Bourgh, Mr. Collins, she said, you must marry. I think must be acceptable to her.
I'm so uncomfortable right now.
Pretty.
I'm so uncomfortable.
Being as I am to inherit all this estate after the death of your father,
It's like Mary would marry
Mary
you.
would marry you tomorrow.
I am very sensible of the honour of your proposals, but
I
it
get
is
how kind
impossible
this
for me
is.
to accept them.
He's like, I'm sorry, your mom said you would say yes.
Your mom guaranteed me that you would say yes.
to reject the addresses of the man they secretly mean to accept when he first applies for...
Ew.
Upon my
I
word,
hate
your
it.
hope is an extraordinary one in view of my declaration.
Yeah, like, sir, I said no.
You should consider
I don't
that it
like
is by
you.
no means certain that another offer of marriage may ever be made to you.
Thanks, sir.
I must attribute it to your wish of increasing my love by suspense.
Oh, you're so
Oh, it's
stop,
such an
dude. You're such an idiot.
sell.
I thank you for the honour of your proposals, but to accept them is absolutely impossible.
No.
You are uniformly charming.
Dude, you're infuriating.
And I am persuaded that when sanctioned by your excellent...
She's just like, I will just walk away because I cannot listen to this anymore.
No, and I will not.
Your mother insists on your accepting it.
Your mother.
Or I will never see her again.
Oh my God.
Your mother will never see you again if you do not marry Mr. Collins. I will never see you again
Oh God.
if you do.
Oh, Mr. Bennett!
Oh, poor Mrs. Bennett. We'll talk about it at the end, but I really feel for her.
She is troublesome.
She won't have him. Then I am very sorry for him.
I wonder, should I invite him to dine with us this evening?
Take him away and feed him, for he has been in hiding.
Take him away.
Feed him some food.
As when the blessing denied begins to lose some part of its value in our estimation.
I never wanted her anyway.
Exactly. Ugh. She's ugly anyways.
I take my leave.
Oh, Mrs. Bennett.
Oh, to end the episode on that.
Mrs. Bennett.
Oh my God, Miss Ma'am.
I really feel for Mrs. Bennett, excuse me. Because, like,
She's just
she's
trying
to
do
make sure
what...
that her daughters are
Yes.
taken care of in the long run, and this is
That's
the
what it comes
only
down to.
way to do it. And so she's just desperate to get them
Make it
married so
possible.
that she knows they won't be destitute, but it's fucked.
It's bad.
And it just kills me every time because Mary would actually be like a proper match for him.
Yeah.
And he
and
like,
would say
won't
yes immediately.
Look at her.
She's not pretty enough.
Yeah.
She wears glasses.
When he obviously deserves someone.
Yeah.
Very, very beautiful. The way he's just like, no, women always say no at first. And she's like, hear me now.
Hear me a second.
Did I stutter?
Hear me a third.
Like,
and how about
and
a fourth?
I just walk away from you because I'm not having this conversation anymore.
Bye, sir. And it is that classic, oh my God. Well, I didn't like you anyways.
Yeah.
Well, you were ugly.
Well, I didn't want it.
Well, you're fat. Or
Yeah.
you're
It's
that.
like, okay, that's
really?
what you were saying like 5 minutes ago, but okay.
That's why you were so intrigued?
Mr. Collins.
Ugh.
So we have that happening.
A different time of like the cousins thing.
Oh, yes. They may not be first cousins. Maybe they're
I
second
know, but
cousins, but I
still.
actually don't. I don't know. I don't know for sure. I can't remember.
First,
if it's clarified.
second.
Yeah, it's definitely a different time.
It's definitely a different time.
But oh my gosh, the ball.
That
It's
scene
so
was
hard
so
to-
good
it's like
and so
everyone's
painful.
Embarrassing themselves. Mr. Collins is being an embarrassment. Mary is being an embarrassment. We're overhearing these conversations about how, oh, it's so obvious that Mr. Bingley is going to propose to Jane and like all this stuff. It's like the impropriety of all of it is just like so difficult to watch.
It's painful. It's the secondhand embarrassment.
Yes.
Where you're like, oh no, I feel that. Ugh. I feel the uncomfortableness.
Yeah.
And there's obviously another side to this story with Mr. Wickham. All right.
So?
Yeah. There's two sides to every story, right?
That's true. There are. Just like there's two sides to a pancake.
There's two sides, and then in the middle lies the truth.
Yes.
So, who knows what it is? Ooh, he's so sexy though.
Yeah.
Gods, the moment
like
you see him
charming
make
and-
the decision to ask her to dance, you can see it.
He's like,
You can see it in his eyes.
and then when they're dancing, and she's like, we should talk. And he's like, oh, should we? Do you use it because you want to or because you think I want to? And she's like, I mean, maybe a little both, whatever.
Are we supposed to?
And then he's like, so do you often go on a walk? And I'm like,
That's him trying.
he's trying.
That's him trying. I just love the like, what are we supposed to talk about? I don't know, anything to make this go by faster. Like,
And Lizzie admitting, like, we're both kind of quiet people because neither one of us wants to say anything unless it's going to impress the people we're talking to.
unless it's gonna matter. And if not, why bother?
Like, why say something? Yeah.
I am excited to see Mr. Bingley and
Jane.
Jane get together.
finally get together, as everyone is saying they will.
Because it will happen. But Lord's have mercy if Mrs. Bennet isn't going to make it a trudge to get there. Jeez Louise, it's painful.
It's like, can we...
It is painful. Does it come from a place of love? Yes.
But it's like, well, you don't have to be like this.
Don't have to be that bad.
Like, we can have some self-awareness. But...
You know?
Yeah.
Yeesh. Capital. I love him. I really do. Your mother will never see you again if you turn down this marriage. And I'll never see you again if you do.
So good. I love.
So good. Mr. Bennet! I'm curious to see more of Charlotte.
Yes. Then we will.
Okay. Mm-hmm. A little curious. Mm-hmm. Just definitely seems like there's something there. A little story to unfold.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Indeed. Mm-hmm. And as we yearn for more of Charlotte's story.
I'm yearning for Colin Firth. It's happening.
Yes.
It's happening.
And if you yearn for more, subscribe to the channel.
Like the video, comment below.
And if you would like to support
really
what we're
yearning?
doing, if you got lots of yearning,
so much yearning,
like it burns, first go see a doctor.
And then sign up for our Patreon to get full-length watch-along reactions, extra little goodies for our higher tiers, access to our Discord community where we can sit and chat and hang out like a bunch of nerds.
Yup.
Especially Paula. You get Paula talking about Jane Austen, you're never going to get her to shut up.
Oh my god, I'm so glad.
Never going to get her to shut up. So, catch us next time as we yearn for more.
We yearn for it.
Yearn. Mr. Collins!
Mr. Collins!
Oh, God.